The inland taipan, Oxyuranus microlepidatus, also known as the fierce snake or small-scaled snake, is considered the most venomous snake in the world. Here are key aspects of the life of the inland taipan. 1. Habitat. The inland taipan is native to Australia and is found in the arid and semi-arid regions of Queensland, South Australia, New South Wales, and the Northern Territory. It inhabits areas with spinifex grass and shrubs. 2. Physical characteristics. The snake has a slender body with a relatively small head. Its scales are smooth and have a pale coloration, ranging from olive green to light brown, providing effective camouflage in its arid environment. 3. Venom. The venom of the inland taipan is extremely potent. It primarily contains neurotoxins, which can cause paralysis and affect the nervous system. Despite its potency, the snake is considered relatively docile, and human encounters are rare due to its remote habitat. 4. Diet. The inland taipan preys on small mammals, particularly rodents. It is an ambush predator, waiting patiently for prey to come within striking distance before delivering a quick and lethal bite. 5. Reproduction. The reproductive habits of the inland taipan are not extensively studied due to its elusive nature. Like other snakes, it is believed to lay eggs, with the female possibly producing a small clutch after mating. 6. Activity patterns. The inland taipan is primarily diurnal, meaning it is active during the day. It is known to bask in the sun to regulate its body temperature. During extremely hot weather, it may retreat to burrows to escape the heat. 7. Burrowing behavior. Inland taipans are known to use burrows for shelter. They may also utilize existing animal burrows or crevices in rocks. This behavior helps them avoid extreme temperatures and potential predators. 8. Conservation status. The conservation status of the inland taipan is not well documented due to its secretive nature. However, it is generally considered to be of least concern as it inhabits remote areas with minimal human impact. 9. Human encounters. Despite its reputation as the most venomous snake, the inland taipan is rarely encountered by humans. This is due to its remote habitat and the snake's generally elusive behavior. Additionally, it is not aggressive and will usually only strike if threatened. 10. Anti-venom. Anti-venom is available for inland taipan bites. Although envenomation can be potentially fatal without prompt medical treatment, there have been no recorded human fatalities from inland taipan bites due to the snake's remote habitat and elusive behavior. 11. Conservation challenges. The main threats to the inland taipan are likely to be habitat degradation and human encroachment. Climate change could also impact its arid habitat. Conservation efforts focus on protecting its natural environment and raising awareness about the importance of these snakes in their ecosystems. 12. Role in ecosystem. As an apex predator, the inland taipan plays a crucial role in controlling rodent populations. By keeping rodent numbers in check, it helps maintain the balance of the ecosystem. Understanding the life of the inland taipan involves recognizing its adaptations to its arid habitat, its importance in controlling prey populations, and the unique challenges associated with its venomous nature. 13. Adaptations to arid environments. The inland taipan has adapted to the challenges of its arid habitat. Its ability to use burrows for shelter helps it escape extreme temperatures, and its efficient metabolism allows it to survive in environments where resources may be limited. 14. Camouflage and cryptic behavior. The snake's coloration and patterns provide effective camouflage in the arid landscape, making it challenging for predators and prey alike to spot it. Its cryptic behavior, including staying hidden in burrows, further enhances its survival. 15. Mating behavior. While specific details about the mating behavior of the inland taipan are not well documented, it is known that snakes, in general, engage in courtship rituals before mating. Males may engage in combat for the opportunity to mate with a female. 16. Limited distribution. The inland taipan's distribution is relatively limited, and it is found in specific regions of Australia. Its specialized habitat preferences contribute to its restricted range. 17 Thermoregulation strategies. As a diurnal species, the inland taipan relies on basking in the sun to regulate its body temperature. This behavior helps it maintain optimal physiological functioning. 18 Inland Taipan vs. Coastal Taipan. The inland taipan should not be confused with the coastal taipan, Oxyuranus scutellatus, which is also found in Australia. While both are highly venomous, they have different distributions and habitats. 19 Research challenges. Studying the inland taipan in its natural environment poses significant challenges due to the remoteness of its habitat and the snake's elusive behavior. Consequently, much of the information about its ecology and behavior is based on limited observations. 20 Importance in indigenous cultures. Snakes, including the inland taipan, hold cultural significance in many indigenous Australian cultures. They may be featured in Dreamtime stories and art, highlighting the interconnectedness of wildlife and cultural beliefs. 21 Interactions with other fauna. The inland taipan shares its habitat with various other species, including reptiles, mammals, and birds. Understanding these ecological interactions is essential for holistic conservation efforts. 22 Periodic emergence. While primarily diurnal, the inland taipan may become more active during certain periods, such as the breeding season. Increased activity may also be influenced by environmental factors like temperature and prey availability. 23 Impact of fires. Bushfires can have both positive and negative effects on snake populations. While fires can create new habitats and enhance foraging opportunities, they can also pose immediate threats. Research is ongoing to understand the long-term impacts of fires on the inland taipan and its habitat. 24 Environmental education. Conservation efforts often include environmental education programs to increase awareness about the importance of snakes in ecosystems. Understanding and appreciating the role of the inland taipan contributes to its conservation. 25 Longevity in captivity. The lifespan of the inland taipan in the wild is not precisely known, but in captivity, it can live for over a decade. Captive individuals contribute to educational programs and research initiatives. The inland taipan's life is intricately tied to its specialized arid environment, and ongoing research and conservation efforts are crucial for its continued survival and the maintenance of ecological balance in its habitat. 26 Lifespan in the wild. While the specific lifespan of the inland taipan in the wild is challenging to determine, like many snake species, their longevity can be influenced by factors such as predation, environmental conditions, and availability of resources. 27 Population density. Inland taipans are not known for high population densities due to their specialized habitat and dietary requirements. Their distribution is naturally sparse, and encounters with other individuals may be infrequent. 28 Molt and growth. Similar to other snakes, the inland taipan undergoes molting to shed its old skin. Molting is essential for growth, allowing the snake to accommodate its increasing size. Younger snakes molt more frequently than adults. 29 Response to encounters. The inland taipan is generally known for its non-aggressive nature. When confronted, its first line of defense is to avoid conflict by retreating or hiding. Bites are rare, and envenomations usually occur as a last resort when the snake feels cornered. 30 Post-bite symptoms. Envenomation by the inland taipan can lead to symptoms such as paralysis, respiratory failure, and potentially death if not treated promptly with anti-venom. However, due to its elusive nature, human bites are extremely rare. 31 Economic importance. The economic impact of the inland taipan is not well studied. However, as an apex predator controlling rodent populations, it indirectly contributes to agriculture by helping to manage pest species. 32 Microhabitat preferences. Within its arid habitat, the inland taipan may exhibit microhabitat preferences, choosing specific areas with favorable conditions for shelter and thermoregulation. 33 Conservation research challenges. Studying the inland taipan in its natural environment presents challenges, including the difficulty of locating individuals in their vast and remote habitat, as well as the need to minimize disturbance to the snakes. 34. Color variation. Individual inland taipans may exhibit variation in coloration, ranging from lighter to darker hues. This variation may be influenced by genetics, age, and environmental factors. 35. Impact of floods. Periodic flooding in arid regions can influence the ecology of the inland taipan's habitat. It may result in temporary changes to the availability of resources and affect the snake's behavior and movement patterns. 36. Conservation outreach. Conservation efforts for the inland taipan often include community outreach and engagement to promote coexistence between humans and these snakes. This involves educating local communities about the snake's behavior and dispelling myths. 37. Influence of temperature on activity. The activity patterns of the inland taipan are influenced by temperature. Snakes are ectothermic, meaning their body temperature is regulated by external sources. Understanding these thermal requirements is crucial for conservation planning. 38. Role in ecosystem dynamics. The inland taipan's role as a top predator has cascading effects on the entire ecosystem. By controlling rodent populations, it helps maintain the balance of plant communities and the populations of other animal species. 39. Influence of prey availability. The abundance of prey, particularly small mammals, in the inland taipan's habitat can influence its behavior, activity patterns, and overall health. Fluctuations in prey availability may affect the snake's reproductive success. 40. Interactions with other snake species. Inland taipans may share their habitat with other snake species. Understanding the dynamics between different snake species is important for comprehending the broader ecological context. 41. Cannibalism. There are occasional reports of cannibalism among snakes, including the inland taipan. Larger individuals may prey on smaller ones, especially if resources are scarce. Cannibalism can play a role in regulating population densities. 42. Egg laying and incubation. While specific details about inland taipan reproduction are limited, it is likely that the species lays eggs. Female snakes typically deposit their eggs in a concealed location, and the eggs are left to incubate until hatching. 43. Influence of fire on habitat. Inland taipans may be affected by bushfires, which are common in arid regions. While fire can temporarily alter habitat structure, it may also create opportunities for increased foraging or establish new territories. 44. Scent marking and communication. Like many snakes, the inland taipan likely engages in scent marking to communicate with other individuals. Chemical cues left behind on surfaces can convey information about territory boundaries or reproductive status. 45. Elevated areas for basking. In addition to using burrows for shelter, inland taipans may also utilize elevated areas such as rocks or vegetation for basking. Access to elevated positions allows them to thermoregulate more efficiently. 46. Bioaccumulation of toxins. The inland taipan's position as an apex predator means it may bioaccumulate toxins from its prey. Understanding the bioaccumulation of toxins, including potential pollutants, is important for assessing the health of individuals in the ecosystem. 47. Dietary specialization. Inland taipans are specialized predators of small mammals, particularly rodents. Their dietary preferences and hunting strategies contribute to the regulation of rodent populations in their ecosystem. 48. Morphological variations. There may be morphological variations among individuals of the inland taipan population. These variations can include subtle differences in size, coloration, and scale patterns. 49. Behavioral adaptations to predation. Inland taipans have likely evolved behavioral adaptations to avoid predation themselves. This may include cryptic behavior, rapid retreat into burrows, and avoidance of potential threats. 50. Post-fire recovery. After a fire, the inland taipan's habitat undergoes a process of recovery. The snake's ability to adapt to and thrive in the post-fire environment is a topic of interest for ecologists studying ecosystem dynamics. 51 Research techniques. Researchers use various techniques to study the inland taipan, including radiotelemetry for tracking movements, genetic analysis to assess population diversity, and camera traps to observe behavior without direct human interference. 52 Habitat fragmentation. Habitat fragmentation due to human activities can impact the inland taipan's ability to move and find suitable resources. Understanding the effects of habitat fragmentation is crucial for effective conservation planning. 53 Fossil record. The fossil record of the inland taipan provides insights into the historical distribution and evolutionary history of the species. Fossil remains can help researchers understand how the snake's range has changed over time. 54 Temperature-dependent sex determination. Like many reptiles, the sex of inland taipan offspring may be influenced by temperature during incubation. This phenomenon, known as temperature-dependent sex determination, can impact the sex ratio in populations. 55 Collaborative conservation initiatives. Conservation efforts for the inland taipan often involve collaboration between government agencies, researchers, indigenous communities, and conservation organizations. These collaborations aim to address threats and implement effective conservation strategies. 56 Microbial interactions. The microbial community in the inland taipan's gut plays a crucial role in digestion. Research on the snake's gut microbiome can provide insights into its dietary adaptations and the coevolutionary relationships between snakes and their gut microbes. 57 Hibernation and estivation. Inland taipans may undergo periods of dormancy, either hibernation in colder months or estivation in extremely hot and dry periods. These dormant states help conserve energy during times when environmental conditions are less favorable. 58 Influence of moonlight on activity. Nocturnal activity in snakes can be influenced by moonlight. Inland taipans, primarily diurnal, may still exhibit some nighttime activity, especially during periods of increased lunar illumination. 59 Impact of introduced species. The introduction of non-native species, such as feral cats and foxes, can pose a threat to the inland taipan and its prey. These introduced predators may disrupt local ecosystems and affect the abundance of native fauna. 60 Ecological niche. Understanding the ecological niche of the inland taipan involves studying its role in the ecosystem, its interactions with other species, and its response to environmental variables. This knowledge is crucial for effective conservation planning. 61 Climate change resilience. As climate change alters environmental conditions, assessing the resilience of the inland taipan to these changes is essential. This includes understanding how shifts in temperature and precipitation patterns may impact the snake and its habitat. 62 Comparison with other venomous snakes. Comparative studies with other venomous snake species can provide insights into the evolution of venom composition and delivery systems. Understanding these adaptations contributes to our broader understanding of snake biology. 63 Human-wildlife conflict mitigation. Strategies for mitigating potential conflicts between humans and the inland taipan may involve habitat management, public education, and measures to reduce the likelihood of snake encounters in areas where human activities intersect with the snake's habitat. 64 Role in ecosystem stability. The inland taipan's position as an apex predator contributes to ecosystem stability. By regulating prey populations, it helps maintain a balance that cascades through the food web, influencing vegetation and the abundance of other species. 65 Genetic connectivity. Maintaining genetic connectivity among inland taipan populations is crucial for long-term viability. Research on the genetic structure of populations helps identify potential barriers to gene flow and informs conservation strategies. 66 Ecomorphology. Studying the ecomorphology of the inland taipan involves examining its physical adaptations in relation to its ecological niche. This includes aspects such as body size, shape, and scale characteristics that contribute to its survival. 67 Impact of invasive plants. The spread of invasive plant species in the inland taipan's habitat can influence vegetation structure and prey availability. Understanding the impact of invasive plants helps in assessing potential threats to the snake's ecosystem. 68 Long-term population trends. Monitoring long-term population trends provides valuable data for assessing the conservation status of the inland taipan. Population studies contribute to understanding the snake's resilience to various threats over time. 69 Physiological responses to stress. Research on the physiological responses of inland taipans to stressors, such as encounters with humans or changes in environmental conditions, helps identify potential threats and informs conservation management practices. 70 Evolutionary history. Investigating the evolutionary history of the inland taipan contributes to our understanding of its origins, adaptations, and the broader evolutionary patterns within the family Elapidae.